and welcome to the Bay St. Louis Planning and Zoning meeting of August 30th, 2022. We ask that you all please silence all your cell phones and electronics at this time. We'll begin with a short prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we invite you to preside over this meeting. Give us unity of spirit even when our opinions differ. Help us to listen politely to other points of view and to remember that we are all a part of the same community. Direct our thoughts, words, decisions, and actions toward the right path in the best interest of our city. We ask this in your name. Amen. Our first application for tonight is Bourgeois, application for variance to the zoning ordinance submitted by Michael Bourgeois. The applicant is asking to change the configuration of two existing parcels of land. For parcel 1, they are requesting a variance of 4,309.38 square feet, resulting in a total of 7,690.62 square feet to the lot area. Parcel 2, they are requesting a variance of 1,708.87 square feet, resulting in a total of 10,291.13 square feet to the lot area. The property is located at the corner of Dunbar Avenue and Felicity Street in 801 Dunbar Avenue. Parcel 144N-0-19-257.000-156 West 300 First Ward, Bay St. Louis. Parcel 144N-0-109-258.000-153B and C, First Ward, Bay St. Louis. The property is zoned R1 Single Family District.
So the applicant is actually on the phone right now, but so if there's any questions, but essentially he owns two parcels. These two parcels, he's reconfiguring them. So frankly, probably more buildable lots, but he's taking the two parcels he owns currently and basically cutting them away and making them still not conforming, but not adding, but basically just reconfiguring two parcels into two new parcels.
Are there any questions from the commissioners?
I talked with Michael, looked at what it is. It's two narrow lots, one's 44 foot wide, 300 foot long, it's 40 foot.
Better to build on.
Better to build.
I have Ms. Warner.
Anita Warner on behalf of the Live Oak Registry for Hancock County. I'm very familiar with Mr. Bourgeois since I registered the oak trees at his house on Cary Court. This property has 3 oak trees that are all protected by statute. 2 of the oak trees are in excess of 100 years old. One is 9 feet 6, which equates to 100, and one is 10 feet 5, which equates to 110. The problem with the survey is they never put the trees on there. And so this morning I went out with my measuring wheel, and as best I can tell, the big oak trees, and the 2 of them are almost side by side, are approximately 75 foot back from the street. That gives you about a 40-foot drip line on the front of those trees. So it would make more sense to do what he's asking to do because it's very narrow lots, and I don't know how you would build, because I think probably one of the trees is on one side and one's on the other. But it doesn't give you a lot of space in the front, because if we're going 40 feet for a drip line and have a 25-foot setback, it's only like 10 buildable feet. So it'd probably be more on the back side. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to make sure that we preserve these oak trees, because as I say, 2 of them are over 100 and the other one is a 4'3", and anything over 38 inches is protected. Although this makes more sense than the current condition.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
The reason that the
as I say, I understand, because I know he respects oak trees, because we registered all the ones on his property. But
Great,
that's fine.
thank you. Anyone else in the audience for or against the application? If there's no other questions or comments from the commissioners, I'll entertain a motion. Oh, let me read a letter we received. I've seen the outline of property to make 2 lots, and I have no objections to the application. Patricia Dangelman, 748 Dunbar Avenue. Doesn't tell you with confidence. Would you like to speak for or against, or are you just coming to hear? Not, yeah. Can you state your name and address for us?
Yeah, I'm Ricky Hinton. I live at 171 Felicity Street, which is right next door where those 2 lots are. And I've seen what he's trying to do is make one lot smaller and accommodate, like this lady said. And as long as he, I mean, it's, I think it was McDonald's trying to build closer to that lot once before. And the closest to my house, if the houses are going to be in my front yard on either one. But I mean, it's not going to do, if he's not telling us what he's going to build there yet, which I understand. I mean, I don't see no objections to what he wants to do, because he wants to split the property in better ways to build houses. And that's what I mean. I was just coming up here to see what is going on as far as what he's wanting to build at, you know?
Right, and if he were to ask for any other variances in the future, you would get notified again when he comes to build if he was asking for anything outside of
Like I say, McDonald's tried, Reagan Kane tried to put 2 houses on that lot, and they couldn't do it because the lot's not wide enough.
So it's probably a better configuration.
Yeah, but yeah, if he can figure it right, it can be done. I talked to him about it, you know, and like I say, the backyard of that house is closest to me, or whatever he's gonna build at, is gonna be in my front yard. So every time I walk out my front yard, it could be something. I'm gonna be looking into the back of their house. He builds it too close to the street.
Well, he'll still have to abide by the city setbacks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, but would he have to get a variance to push it back? What's the legal?
No,
on that?
he's saying even if he's going to abide by the city setbacks, he'll still
Okay.
be okay to fit the house, not be close to yours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious, you know, of that. You know.
Absolutely.
I'm not far against it, you know. I'm just,
Sure, no, I
you know,
understand the concern 100%.
I just want my concerns out, you know, for
for
I don't
future
want a
bills.
house sitting in my front yard.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've talked to him. He seemed like a pretty nice gentleman, and we've had conversations on several accounts. And he cleaned up the property even way better than what it was when McDonald owned it. You know, so it's nice. He keeps it cut. You know. But anyway, all right. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. Thanks for those comments. Is the variance to make the lot? Did you see a copy of the survey?
No, I don't have it.
So they're long, narrow lots, and he's trying to make them
It's like this.
wider. Yeah.
So was it originally 1 lot or 2 lots?
It was always 2 lots. He's just reconfiguring to make them less like Arpent, long, narrow style. No, that's the new one. Oh, I'm sure at one time. Yes, there's,
Two lots now. Right now,
No, I-
it's already.
it's already 2 lots. I do not know at what point in history that happened.
Yes, it is 2 lots now.
Right.
It is now. Two nicer lots.
Well, if there's no other questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion. Oh, sorry, was there?
I'll second.
I'm sorry. Motion by Mr. Agee, second by Mr. Weber. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Michael, please be present at the next city council meeting Tuesday, September 6th at 5:30 PM. Thank you. Hang up. Okay, next application is Singleton. Application for variance to the zoning ordinance submitted by Maurice Singleton. The applicant is asking to construct a dwelling on the property. The applicant is requesting a variance of 3 feet, resulting in a 5-foot setback to the one side yard. The property is located at 447 Esterbrook Street, parcel 149E-0-29-39.2.000, 117G and 118B, Second Ward, Fraternal. The property is zoned R2, two-family district. Can you approach and state your name and address for us and tell us a little bit more about why you're asking for the variance?
Yeah, Maurice Singleton, 443 Easterbrook. The property I'm requesting a variance for is 447 Easterbrook. And I want to clarify the way it's written in here. It says applicant is asking to construct a dwelling. The dwelling is 40 feet by roughly 169 feet. It's a lot of record. The property, the cottage I'm attempting to build is 22 feet wide. So currently I could build 8 foot on the right side, which would leave me 10 feet on the left side. Why I'm asking for the variance is I would like to put a driveway on the left side. I would like 13 feet. Okay, that would allow, if I had 5 feet on the right side of the house, I could have 13 feet for a driveway, which would allow me eventually to put a carport in the back. So the lot, again, is 40 by 169. The cottage is 904 square foot of living space, 964 square feet of under roof. I am only 14% of the property density, so I'm allowing a lot of green space. In addition to that, I plan to run a twin ribbon driveway all the way to the back. So I'll have 3 feet between the 2-foot liners for the driveway, 4 feet, 42 inches on the right side of the house, on the right side of the driveway, and another 2 feet to the left. So that's why I'm asking for the 13 feet. And I also want to say, in that block, there are 13 current houses that are 5 feet or less.
I noticed that.
Yes, and one diagonally across the street from me is 40 feet wide. It's 2 feet on the left, 12 feet on the right. So that was my model. Include our house, which is 5 feet on either side. My parents' house is right across the street from the property that I'm attempting to build. They are 4 feet on the left, and 50 feet on the right. I can hear you.
Very nice.
And I'll go beyond that. 13, the next block, 300.
Yeah.
Well, no, the 300 block of Easterbrook Street is.
It really is like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
It's everywhere, all over Bay St. Louis. I apologize about Pearson showing off.
I don't know if anyone signed up to speak. Is there anyone in the audience for or against the application? Any other comments or questions from the commissioners? Leaving me hanging tonight. I'm sorry. I have some letters to read. We are writing in support of the variance requested by Maurice Singleton for 447 Easterbrook Street as homeowner neighbors of Mr. Singleton in the lot in question. We appreciate and are encouraged by his commitment to maintaining our neighborhood as a residential community. Having grown up in the house across from the lot, Mr. Singleton has a strong sense of stewardship for our neighborhood. His current home is next to the proposed new home and is immaculately landscaped. Mr. and Mrs. Singleton are interested in remaining in the neighborhood so they can be close to his son's home nearby. We have seen and discussed the Singleton's plan with them and fully approve of them. They have reviewed the lot closely and thoughtfully considered the impact this minor variance would have on the neighborhood. The variance would allow them to adequately separate their new home from the multi-dwelling asphalt-covered lot next door. Thank you for your consideration in this regard. Sincerely, Wendy and Peter Sullivan, 302 St. Francis Street. Mr. Singleton's cottage is really going to enhance and improve our neighborhood. His request is reasonable and only impacts his property on the right side of the cottage. Please approve his request. Terry Vincent. Doesn't have an address. We are writing to inform you of our support in granting Maurice Singleton the 3-foot variance and a 5-foot setback on one side of the yard at 447 Easterbrook Street. We live at 451 Easterbrook Street. We have reviewed the plans and we are excited about how the property development will enhance our neighborhood. Maurice and Vonretta Singleton are not only great neighbors, but they also keep the best interests of the neighborhood at heart. We will be unable to attend the public meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission on August 30th and ask that you please read this correspondence into the record to make those in attendance and our neighbors aware of our support of the variance request. Bess Marquez and Ashley Singleton, 451 Easterbrook Street. Dear Mr. Burke and Commission members, we support Mr. Singleton's request for a variance at 447 Easterbrook Street. We are looking forward to this improvement in our neighborhood and feel that there would be minimal impact. Thank you for your time and service to our community. Sincerely, Sandy and Paul Robinson. I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Agee, second by Mr. Romano. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes unanimously. The next, September 6th, Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. in this room will be the city council meeting. Next application is CHINICHE, application for special exception to the zoning ordinance submitted by Betty CHINICHE. The applicant is requesting a special exception to construct an accessory dwelling in the rear yard. The property is located at 721 Old Spanish Trail, parcel 137J-0-44-254.001, lot 9, rear, 4th Ward, Bay St. Louis. The property is zoned R1, Single Family District. The applicant here tonight?
I'm Jason CHINICHE. I live at 725 Old Spanish Trail. I'm personally here representing my mother. She was not able to make it due to the weather. She apologizes for that. Can answer any questions? I think the plans for the cottage are included in the package.
And it's meeting all the setbacks. It's just the variance is for having an accessory dwelling in the R1. Are there any comments or questions from the commissioners? Anybody in the audience for or against the application? I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. LeBlanc, second by Mr. Weber. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Please be present next city council meeting, Tuesday, September 6th, 5:30 p.m.
Thank you.
Last application is B&W Home Builders, LLC. Application for variance to the zoning ordinance submitted by B&W Home Builders, LLC. The applicant is planning on constructing a dwelling on the property. The applicant is requesting a variance of 10 feet, resulting in a 15-foot setback to the front yard. The property is located at 4150 17th Street, parcel 138C-0-47-367.000, 25 and 26 REL subdivision. The property is zoned R1A, residential single-family district.
Kevin Barty, B&W. We're just trying to move it up. The lot's right there, just pretty narrow. So we're trying to move the house back so it's just not on top of the bulkhead. Just trying to move it from 25 to 15 foot.
Are there any comments or questions from the commissioners?
Yes, I have a question. This is for Jamie. I thought when we were on the water, you didn't have to adhere to the 25-foot setback because you don't have a neighbor, you're on a canal. I thought that was allowed to be 10 foot. I'm just questioning that, huh?
The rear yard setback on canals, instead of being 20 feet back, 20 feet from the rear yard, on canals, you're allowed to be 10 feet.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what he's saying.
But yeah, this is for a front yard.
We're trying to move closer to the street because it's
Oh,
going to be
okay.
right on top of the.
Good deal.
Yeah, there's no other houses there. The canal gets super narrow, so it's just. No, the guy across having issues right now. So.
Anybody in the audience for or against the application? I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Mr. Agee, second by Mr. Romano. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Please be present next city council meeting Tuesday, September 6th, 5:30 p.m. in this room.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last agenda item, motion to approve the minutes of July 26th, 2022. Motion by Mr. Reland, second by Mr. Agee. All those in favor?